Well, hello and welcome back to another double speed dubbing adventure. Today's revenge raid is Snowkid, and here we go. So this is actually a pretty decent revenge raid. I was incredibly distracted. I had a lot of people talking to me and jumping on me, so I'm not performing my best on this raid, but it was still turned out pretty nice, so I'm going to go ahead and post it. So for those of you who don't know, these tanning racks are actually blocks if they're oriented in this position. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. I'm encountering quite a bit of honeycomb here. So I'm going to keep pressing forward. I'm not worried about it because I have my block already. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn towards the interior of the base here. And there it is. There is one chest in my way, so I'm popping it open, and there's my wood. I'm going to go ahead and take care of my first wave. And that's that. So this raid doesn't have a ton of good loot in here, but I'm going to go ahead and pop open my running path for the big one here. A little bit more. Oops. And one more to go. So I'm not popping my last wall there because I want to keep my block for clearing out these waves. Here comes number 2. But unfortunately, because like I said, I was very distracted on this raid, I kind of forgot to clear out my path, and you'll see that later on. So I need to load something in my chopper for my suicide tricks, so I'm going to go ahead and pop open a couple more of these. And there's an electronic circuit, essentially. And a couple saw blade maces. Not full quality, but not too bad. I'll take a little coal here. And a tiny bit of gas. So here comes wave number 2. Where's this 3? 3, I think. Yeah. So I ran out of weapon, and it took me a second to realize I have saw blades on me. Whoops. Take care of this last guy. And little chop action, and you're dead. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, that's my third wave. I'm going to go ahead and load up what I got. Not a lot, but not too shabby. And time to die. Die. Die, die, die. Die. What are you doing? Alright, dropping off my stuff. Now I die. Put my body right next to my chopper, and then I die. Okay. Dead. Die. Okay, there I am. Alright, so I'm back in my base. I do want to bring back at least one level 2 hatchet, just in case I encounter a level 2 wall that I have to get through. So that's what I'm doing here. And I already found wood at his base, so I'm going to go ahead and bring some extra stone, just in case I can't find it. And I can build all the axes I want now. I'm going to go ahead and put some armor on, nothing too special, but SWAT quality, just in case I get hit too many times, which I will. And some med kits. There you go. Military backpack, and put away my stuff from my first trip. So that 16 cell phones ended up turning into a circuit by the time I recorded this. So I'll drop those into my recycler here. I'm just kind of cleaning up my base a little bit. Don't mind me. There you go. Circuit away. Put that stuff away. Saw blades away. And go ahead and make some axes. And I will need to bring at least a little bit of a Glock, which I'll be doing here in a second. Hurry up, give me a Glock. There he is. Okay. So now I have a Glock just in case I get cornered with some toxic abominations, which does happen on your final wave, so unfortunately that won't be my problem. So back at the base, and I'm going to go ahead and soften this up. I'm always curious about what people are hiding. You know, and I was pretty sure that was just going to be a little zombie farm there. So soften that up for later. And I proceed to pop open. What am I doing here? Getting geared up a little bit. I'm putting my level 2 out there just to be safe while I soften everything up. I want to make sure it's 3 hits per box, if not the accidental 3 hits that opens one. So everything gets softened. That makes life easy. And I run out of axes, which I was worried about. I was pretty sure I didn't bring enough. And I end up deciding to go ahead and craft a hatchet, which if you don't know, that causes noise, so be careful. So I go ahead and craft one. Now I'm at 96 noise. Drop that puppy off. And what's behind this door? So watch out for doors in a situation like this. Normally I say don't ever pop open doors when you're just probing around in a base, but once you've gotten to this point, doors are a good place to find things that are tucked away. And this is where I do my major boo-boo. Up! Big one popped up. Why? Because I didn't make my running path. I left a wall there. So now I got to get the big one outside, and there he is. I run back inside, and I have to clear that wall. Fortunately, he comes running around because I run out of axes, and I'm panicking because, like I said, I'm distracted. So there it is. Now I have my running path after getting hit a whole bunch of times. And now the raid commences. Unfortunately, at this point in time, he's hit me so many times that he's buffed out quite a bit, so it sucks. I'm making axes. And all this back and forth kills the toxic abominations before I get their XP, but that's not a big deal. So for quite a while here, I'm kind of just running back and forth, probing into these chests, seeing what he's got. And like I said, there's not a whole lot of good stuff in there. However, if you look around for doors at this point, once you're in the middle of the base, those doors often lead to other things. And once I go ahead and get my stuff together, you'll see what happens with that. So a little grass, ATV gas tanks are always nice, so I'm going to go ahead and get those. It takes me a little while to lock on that wall, but there's nothing in there. A few good things in there, some batteries, flash drives, and some tape. So I'll go back and grab that stuff. A little bit of meat, nothing special in there. And you always have to watch out for the big one teleporting randomly. It's always a problem. So make sure you stay full on health, just in case. So you'll notice that door on the right there it takes me a second to get my stuff together to go over there, but and I also do some weird editing here. I when I'm dubbing and I know I'm going to dub, I shouldn't do any of the pausing, but I did a little bit here, so it's going to skip over to that point where I pop that door open in just a second, but that's me trying to find material to make level 2 axes because there's a lot of level 2 walls in there. Oh, there it is. I popped that door open. Yeah, big one almost trapped me there, but didn't manage to do it. Yeah, let me go in and see what's in there. And what do you know? It's all good stuff. 5 steel, 10 oak, aluminum, I always forget what they're called, transmitter, and some ore, and yada yada yada. So all his good stuff was hidden away right there in that door. So the rest of this video is me kind of just probing around his base, popping open the chests again to double check that I didn't miss anything. I do a little probing on the lower section there. You can't always see if there's a door on a lower section and a chest up against it. You can't really see the door. So I do a little probing around the bottom to see if there might be something on the lower section here. And I dig around a little bit on the top just to double check. So I like to pause the video at this point and go to the end where you see me loading up my chopper and running off the screen a few times and totally maxing out the raid. But unfortunately my video is not there for some reason. I apparently screwed up during my editing process while I was raiding, and I'm going to work on that, so I apologize. But I guarantee you that I ended this raid with pretty much every good thing that this raid has to offer, and that's kind of how it ended. But I won't be able to show you that due to technical difficulties. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and end it here. What are you doing, dude? Okay. I'll end it here, and I'll see you guys on the next raid. Hopefully you learned a couple new tips on this. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, for sure you will. But there's nothing really super new on this one. Just kind of me doing my usual. So hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. All right, bye-bye.